Whereas it is fitting and proper to accord recognition to Mr. Patrick Clancy, a lifetime resident of the city of Kenner who is 97 years young. Whereas born in 1920, Mr. Clancy grew up into a fine young man. He was only 21 when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor on December 1941. When the USA entered World War II, he was eager to serve his country and began his military service in the U.S. Army Air Forces in 1942. He began basic training in St. Petersburg, Florida, went on to attend sheet metal school before being sent to New York. Here he shipped out on the SS Queen Mary to London, England, where combat training was completed, and here he was stationed until the end of the war. Whereas back on the home front, Patrick met Mabel, and this couple was united in marriage that lasted 60 years. They welcomed a son, Patrick Clancy Jr., then was blessed with two grandsons, Devin, who now resides in North Carolina, and Sean, a current resident of Dallas, Texas. Clancy made his livelihood as a bus driver for Kenner Junior High and Our Lady Perpetual Help. In 1947, Mr. Clancy founded Kenner Post 7732 for the veterans of foreign wars to advocate on behalf of all veterans from 1952 to 1975. He continued to drive the bus in addition to working at the Jefferson Parish Assessor's Office. In his leisure time, Mr. Clancy played a pretty good trumpet and faithfully walked in the St. Rosalie procession every year. Whereas the city of Kenner hereby commends this 97-year-old lifetime native of Kenner, we convey our sincere gratitude for his military service in protecting and defending this great country and for advocating on behalf of all veterans as founder of the VFW Kenner Post 7732. Now therefore, I, Ben Zahn, by the authority vested in me as the mayor of the city of Kenner, the Kenner City Council, and our chief of police, do hereby recognize Patrick Clancy, lifetime resident, VFW Post 7732, military service. Mr. Clancy, we appreciate all that you've done, a lifetime Kenner resident, and just the service that you've given to us. Before we present you with the proclamation, your District 1 Councilman Greg Carroll would like to say a few words.
Good afternoon to everyone. Just a few words to say that, as everyone know, I am from South Kenner, and to be able to say that Mr. Clancy and all of his family has been friends of my family that goes back 4 or 5 generations, it is something proud to be to say that I am a friend of Mr. Clancy, even though I'm a little bit younger than he is. I still consider him my friend. All of my relatives, some of his relatives now, he literally lived on Compromise. I grew up on Short Street. So it's goes to show you, for a young man myself who never spent a day in the military, have so much to be proud of, not only for Mr. Clancy, but all of the gentlemen who are here today. The freedom that we have is because of what they have put their life towards, even though I have never, and ladies, and ladies also. So, Mr. Clancy, congratulations, sir, you deserve it. All of you gentlemen and ladies deserve it. And I am proud to say that I am from Kenner and part of what you guys have done for our country. Thank you.
I would like to make a couple of comments about Pat. As you all know, on that, you see me at the Memorial Day services, Veteran Day services, and what have you. But one thing I will want to say about Mr. Pat Clancy is he makes every meeting, every month. The only time that he doesn't make a meeting is if his health is bad. He's the only living member, chartered member, of VFW Post 7732 here in Kenner. And the past commander, as you all know, is Hank Polito. Pat and Henry were very close friends, and we miss Hank, and it is my pleasure to have this man as a member of my post for 70 years. Thank you.
I want to thank Chris Fairbairn Fortunato and Louise Donegan and the administration for working with me on this issue and getting it done. Without them, it would have been very difficult. So I can't thank them enough. And on behalf of 7732, I want to say I have never been associated with a group of the most honest people I've ever been associated with in my life. They are fine people, the best I've ever been around. And I can't say it enough, how honest and how sincere every one of these guys are in 7732. Thank you.
Whereas we are one of many in the world of opportunity, it is up to us to master the talent and gifts that are unique to each of us. One may love music and have potential to be a musician, while another may have an avid interest in building blocks who dreams of becoming an architect. One may trim their baby doll's hair, then proceed to cut the hair of every child in the neighborhood. They might be a budding hairstylist. One such talented 10-year-old turned her dream into reality by becoming a cosmetologist she was destined to be. Now celebrating 4 decades as owner of Hairstyles Unlimited, Salon and Spa, is a woman extraordinaire, Nancy Hihar. Whereas born in North Carolina, Nancy and her family lived in Salisbury until she was 18 months old, then relocated to Baltimore, Maryland, where she graduated from high school. Determined to further her education in beauty school, Nancy received her license in cosmetology, moved to the Gulf Coast, then settled in Kenner, here, where she stayed behind the chair in her very own full-service salon. Whereas serving Kenner since 1977, Nancy and her highly qualified staff offer haircuts, waxing, skin care, massage therapy, manicures, and much more. They specialize in the very latest hair trends and styling, in addition to custom wigs and hair restoration. Continuing education is vital to attain this level of quality, so staff is up to date on the latest techniques and beauty products to better serve her clients. Close to her heart is giving clients dealing with cancer a feeling of control, a way to fight back by teaching them how to look good and thereby feel better through beauty enhancement. Whereas the City of Kenner hereby recognizes this lady extraordinaire for being active in her community, for making her clients feel relaxed, rejuvenated, and restored, and as a result, now is being blessed to celebrate 40 years in business. Now, therefore, I, Ben Zahn, by the authority vested in me as the mayor of the City of Kenner, the Kenner City Council, our Chief of Police, do hereby proclaim the 40th anniversary of Hairstyles Unlimited Salon and Spa. Nancy and your family, I appreciate what you do for the City of Kenner. This is a proclamation.